The road to Johnson City continues this afternoon in Rutgers-Camden's athletic complex beneath the Ben Franklin Bridge. It's game 3 of a possible 7. Game 4 of a possible 7 as Middlesex visits Brookdale in the winner's bracket. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Wilkins. This should be a fun day of action again. We've only got 2 games today instead of 3. The longest day, the longest gauntlet, the 12-hour marathon is out of the way. And now we see those that won their first game on Thursday take on the field on Friday. CJ Mooney and Johnny Johnson behind the plate. They're discussing ground rules with the umpires. And what's very important about this game and what everybody should know about this game is that this is not what a lot of people thought the second round would be. Middlesex upset Gloucester 13-5, and it was the 3rd time beating them this season. They beat them twice in the regular season, and they picked up their 3rd win against the Roadrunners this past afternoon. So what we'll mention is Middlesex being the 4 seed, it feels like this year is better than ever for parity in the region. I mean, Camden was the number 6 seed. They lost both games yesterday. They're out of the tournament. But the most important thing that we're seeing is we're now seeing a situation where Camden, even though they were the lowest seed, they still held their own in all 2 games that they played. They lost 11-7 to Brookdale in the first game and then lost 7-2 to Rowan Gloucester in the second game. So as we go along in this tournament, we're really starting to find out who is going to be at the top. Because remember, who wins this tournament is going to get an automatic bid to the national championship in Johnson City. And even more importantly, we could see 2. Because if you remember, Brookdale beat Rowan Gloucester in the Region 19 final last year, but they ended up getting an auto bid anyway, and they ended up getting an at-large bid from Rowan Gloucester, who ended up winning the championship anyway. For their sake, they're playing at 3 o'clock tonight versus whoever loses this game. So just like with yesterday, 4 teams entered and 1 will leave as eliminated. This will be the same today. 3 teams will enter and 1 will enter as an eliminated ball club. Middlesex and Brookdale coming up next with Anthony Singh for Middlesex, and it'll be LJ Laguerre for the Jersey Blues. Coming up after the break, here from Rutgers-Camden. Brookdale trotting out their right-hander, and TJ Laguerre, 45 in the 3rd innings for the right-hander. 17 walks, 45 Ks, and a 1.19 ERA, which isn't all that shocking considering that Brookdale is the 3rd lowest ERA in the nation. And yes, that 3rd lowest ERA in the nation, a 3.56. There's only 3 teams in the entire country in Division III that have a team ERA of sub-4, which really goes to show how hefty the offense is. I mean, we saw some high-scoring games in games 1 and 2, 13-5 Middlesex over Gloucester and 11-7 Brookdale over Camden, which is how both of these schools got to day 2. As the Wall right-hander, the former Crimson Knight, will face off against 13th-year head coach C.J. Mooney and his starting lineup, presented by Harper Driving School. For the Colts, it will be Chase Trillaro, the designated hitter, followed by Stanley Bobadilla, the shortstop. It'll be Ryan Akisto at first base, batting third. A.J. Gonzalez, the catcher, bats fifth. Julian Collado in right field, batting fifth. Jamie Tamayo in center field, batting sixth. John Arenchak is the left fielder, batting seventh. Elvis Quezada is the third baseman. In the eighth slot, he got the last 6 outs of yesterday's win. And Chris Fogaril is the second baseman, batting ninth. Anthony Singh is your pitcher.
Leading off for Middlesex, designated hitter number 14, Chase Trillaro.
That's Chase Trillaro, who had 4 hits in yesterday's win. 4 for 5. Had 2 doubles, 2 singles. A little bit warmer at first pitch than it was yesterday. And just like yesterday, we're a couple minutes ahead of schedule. From Camden, New Jersey, the first pitch is a strike called and we're underway. 11:57 first pitch, 61 degrees in Camden. Wind is blowing at 11 miles per hour. Out to the north and northwest, so wind is blowing in. 0-1. One of the big differences between last year's tournament and this year's tournament, as there's a strike called, is that the wind was blowing out for most of last year's tournament, so we saw a lot more home runs from the likes of Kyle McSorley and Nick Slogic, Nick Izzo for Rowan Gloucester, and then Gary John Perone went deep twice in last year's tournament. This ball's hit out to left field. Trillaro flares it down the line. It is foul, and it's still 0-2. Trillaro was the right fielder in yesterday's contest. He lines up as the DH today. The left-handed freshman out of Oakland, New Jersey. Out of Indian Hills High School, home of the Braves, 409 average, two home runs, 28 RBIs, and 20 stolen bases. That one's away. One ball, 2 strikes to Trillaro. Nice and sunny, good 50-50 mix of sun and clouds as it's 2-2. As we said, the winner of today's game, it's just like yesterday, win and go home. If you win, you get to come back Saturday at noon for the championship round. But if you lose, you have to stay to face RCSJ Gloucester, who certainly, you've got to imagine they've got a big vengeance after yesterday's loss to Middlesex. The 2-2 outside, 3-2. Trillaro and then Stanley Bobadilla in the on-deck circle. This ball's fouled back, and it's still 1-2. Still 3-2. But a strong at bat here with Laguerre versus Trillaro. And he'll face Bobadilla next, who had that big 3-run home run that really shifted the pace of the game in yesterday's win. Laguerre, the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Just off the outside corner. Adams couldn't frame it. And we'll have a leadoff walk here for Trillaro as he'll face now Stanley Bobadilla. Bobadilla fouls it back. It's 0-1. Bobadilla, the shortstop, as he was yesterday, had some good defensive plays. Really, all of Middlesex had some good defensive plays as one misses away. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Runner on first, and the pitch from Laguerre. Lined, almost drilled the umpire. It's caught by Tan. Throw to first, in time, double play. Bobadilla lines out to second base, and Ryan Tan with a web gem. 2 away. Well, we were just about to show you this flashback.
First baseman number 11, Ryan Akisto.
And we still will. Here's the home run from Bobadilla yesterday. Can match the energy as a fly ball, deep right field. This one's up. Mastaro, look! Fly ball to right center field, and Mulhern comes in with it to end the inning, but a very strong play. Ryan Tan gets a double play, and the inning ends just like that. What a play that was. A diving stop, and Brookdale will come to bat in the bottom of the first with no score.
Truth is, I thought it mattered. I thought that music mattered. But does it?
And this is going to bring up Andrew Petrick, who has a single in this game. And here's a fly ball popped up right field side. And it's fair. It's fair. They're going to throw to second for try to get this play. The force out. They got him, but the game is tied. How about it for Woodstown? They complete the comeback to make it 8-8. So now there is one out after Kubat let it fall in right, and because the bases were loaded, you know what? That's a very smart play.
Anthony Thing, the right-hander from Colonia, New Jersey, 35 2/3 innings for him this year. 13 walks, 44 Ks, 4.54 ERA. But we know that a 4.5 is, well, I would say right around middle of the road in junior college. We were talking about how high team ERAs are, and I mean, even Rowan Gloucester, 3-time national champions, they have a 5.11 team ERA, and that's still good for top 15 in the nation for Division III. Maybe it gets better in Division I and Division II, but it goes without saying that this is an offense-heavy league and organization. He's got a 1.43 whip, but he will face the man himself, Johnny Johnson, and his starting lineup for the Jersey Blues. A little bit different than yesterday, but not drastically different. The biggest change is in the 3 spot, but his starting lineup will show Ray Mulhern, the national leader in hits with 92 in center field. It's Dawson Smale, also top 3 in the nation in batting average. He had the 2-run triple versus Camden to take the lead in the 7th inning yesterday. That was the big hit that changed the momentum of the game, and Brookdale won 11-7. LJ Santiago bats third in the 3 slot at the DH. It's Gary Perone in the 3rd, who was the pitcher in yesterday's win. He bats clean up in left field. It's Anthony Pizzuti, the 3rd baseman. Ryan Adams, the catcher. Tom Diffley, same spot as yesterday. First base batting 7th, and then Casey Gardner in right. Ryan Tan, the 2nd baseman, and of course LJ Laguerre, the pitcher. What a day for baseball. Sunny skies, a little bit of wind, but I would say it's about the same amount of wind we saw last night, right around the start of the Camden and Rowan Gloucester game, as the first pitch from Singh is a strike called, 0-1. Mulhern, as we mentioned, national leader in hits. He has 92. But Brookdale has so many talented athletes and also so many different players that lead or at least are in the top 5 national categories, as that one misses. 1-1. Mulhern, foul. 1-2. Taking a look at those stats, as we mentioned, Ray Mulhern, how about 5 of the top 7 in national leaders being in this tournament? You have Ray Mulhern with 92, Sebastian Palma of Dallas Eastfield with 89, Dawson Smale with 87, Dalton Harper of SUNY Niagara with 85. Then Nick Izzo and Jack Mastero are on that list for Gloucester, and then Middlesex has their man in Stanley Bobadilla with 81. So all 4 teams represented there on that, or actually 3 of the top 4 teams represented on that list. But still, just goes to show that Region 19 outside of whatever region those Texas teams are in, Dallas, Richland, Dallas, Eastfield, and maybe those teams up in Minnesota. I mean, that's the thing about NJCAA baseball, is that it's very regionalized. You know, the NJCAA really isn't a thing out west. They have their own organization in California and Nevada, Arizona. And Arizona specifically more has NJCAA Division I colleges. But a lot of people get the difference wrong between what does a D3 NJCAA mean versus a Division III NCAA, as that one's fouled back. And just like Chase Trillaro had in the top of the first, Ray Mulhern is going to lead off the inning with his own complicated at bat. As it's 2-2. Mulhern, Smale, and Santiago in the bottom of the first inning. Middlesex went down after a double play. A diving catch by Ryan Tan. Threw it over to first, and then Ryan Akisto flew out to right field on the first pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Singh delivers. And that one's well outside. He missed that one. And missed that one by a wide margin. Still 3-2 now. Mulhern ready to go. Again, there's a reason why this kid's batting what he does. With the national leader in hits. And he walks. And that Brookdale dugout fired up as ever as they get their first base runner thanks to Mulhern.
The shortstop, number 7, Dawson Smale.
So here's Smale, the shortstop. Swinging a foul tip, 0-1. That one misses. 1-1 now. So just like Trillaro led off with a walk, Mulhern leads off with a walk as well. This one's fouled back. And it's 1-2. I mean, how lucky would Johnny Johnson be to have the number 1 leader in hits, the national leader in hits in Ray Mulhern, and then the number 3 leader in hits in Dawson Smale batting right behind him. That one's outside. Throw to second base is late, and Mulhern steals second, and Smale will get to extend his at bat. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Smale. And he'll go down looking. Strike 3 outside corner. And maybe not the corner. I think that was more outside half. Looked pretty good to me.
Next up for the Jersey Blues.
Cutter of some kind by Singh.
LJ Santiago.
Now, Santiago is the only player that is in the lineup in Game 2 for Brookdale that was not in the lineup in Game 1 and did not appear in Game 1 under any circumstance. But Santiago, a graduate of Union City High School, and of course from Union City, New Jersey. I know that North Jersey isn't really my clientele for my market, but that's a bucket list venue for me, the Union City High School baseball field, which is literally on top of a parking garage on the roof of the school. As a fly ball to shallow right, going in for it and making the catch is Collado, and he'll send Mulhern back to second. Santiago, though, batting .439, 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, and 1 stolen base, 25 runs scored. And it'll be Gary Perone the third. Perone the batter in the 4 slot for Brookdale. Runner on second. And 1 away in the bottom of the first inning, looking for the first offense of the game here in Camden, as that one's high. If you missed the action from the first day, first of all of the replays of yesterday's games and of all the weekend games are available on our YouTube on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. We don't delete any of our broadcasts, so all of them are archived, as there's a strike called. I mean, I joke with people, you can watch my first ever broadcast from a Colonial Conference boys soccer game when I had a shaved head and I was 15 and a sophomore in high school, and it was bad. But we have changed a lot in the last 5 years for sure, as the 1-1 is a swing and a miss, 1-2. In the top of the second for Middlesex, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. A.J. Gonzalez, Julian Collado, and Jamie Tamayo. And if the inning continues for Brookdale, Anthony Pizzuti will be on deck. Outside. Gonzalez didn't try to sell it. Four-hitter here for the Jersey Blues, a 2-2. Outside again, and it's ball 4. Apologies, scoreboard read 2-2. No, it is 3-2. Okay. I doubted myself a little too much there. Gary Perone made us all think that we were wrong, but it's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Mulhern on second, 2 away. Singh delivers. And, oh, that one got him in the helmet. He fires the helmet down in a bout of frustration. And I think that one hit him in the helmet flap on the right ear. And he's going to be attended to. Brookdale's trainer's going to come out. The first base coach is going over, and Johnny Johnson's coming out as well. So the first take was a harmless walk to first, but this one definitely got a big piece of Perone. Pizzuti will be the batter with 2 on and 2 away, but the more pertinent concern is whether Gary John Perone is okay.
Next batter for Brookdale is
Looks like Johnny Johnson and his trainer will walk off the field, so it looks like he is okay. One ball, 1 strike. Pizzuti takes away, 2-1. I mean, first of all, the good news is that Gary John Perone is okay. The even better piece of news is that, you know, you've got 2 runners on, 2 away, and a big chance to really make some noise here. You know, this is your time to shine this early in the game. That one's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Pizzuti. And if the inning continues after him, it'll be Ryan Adams. Adams had a towering home run to tie the game in the 7th inning, which set up Brookdale's rally. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch, fly ball. Pizzuti deep to right center field. This one's sending Collado back, and he'll make the catch. Inning over as Middlesex gets out of it after a walk by Ray Moeller. And there were no hits in the inning, just a walk and a hit by pitch. A dangerous one at that, but a deep fly out to right ends the threat. Through 1, no score here in Camden.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well.
The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside.
It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need.
And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives.
If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Top of the second inning. How about that? That's the coat of arms of the city of Camden. Obviously carved out on the bridge of the Ben Franklin. Beautiful sunny day on this Friday afternoon. I'm Dan Wilkins of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. And I can rave on for hours and hours about how good this ballpark is. But I did most of that in day one, so maybe let's abstain from it a little bit in day two and stick to the action. It's Laguerre facing Gonzalez, Collado, and Tamayo. Misses, ball one. Brookdale was kept off the board in the first inning. They had a walk, a hit by pitch, but a fly out to right ended the threat. Gonzalez takes a strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike to Gonzalez. Foul tip, 1-2. On the right side of your screen, there's your batting average leaders for the NJCAA. Dawson Smale, second in the country at 524. There's only 3 players batting over 500. Now, I did put in 100 at bat baseline, but Gonzalez is 7th in the nation at 473. Nick Slogic on that list at 475. Also on that list of non-Region 19 players, Dalton Harper leads the nation of SUNY Niagara. Hudson Valley's Logan Norman with 515, Marcus Brem of Finger Lakes, and Josh Kingery of St. Cloud Tech. 2 balls, 2 strikes. From the left edge of the rubber, Laguerre, line drive out to short. Smale picks it up on the outstretched glove. Throw to first is a little bit wide, and a card collision. He's safe, and now Diffley is down at first. I thought Diffley's foot was on the bag, but a hard collision between Gonzalez and Diffley. And there's kind of 2 points of contention here, whether or not Diffley is okay, but I think Johnny Johnson's going to try to contest this call at first base. So now that he knows that Diffley's okay, now he's going to ask for the home plate umpire to talk things over with him. Your umpires for today's game, the home plate umpire and the crew chief is Tommy Augusta. Aaron Brown is at first base. He also umpired in yesterday's game, in games 1 and 2. So he also officiated the Brookdale Camden game. And at third base is Michael Reno. Big thanks to John Galante, by the way, for helping us out with that information. He sat in for a half inning on our commentary early in the game, talked about the experience with Tri-State Elite, and by extension with United Umpiring Association. I mean, the fact that Galante is able to run such a tight ship at the age of 35, not many can say that they could do what he does, as swing and a miss makes it 0-1 to Collado. Bunt back in front of the mound. Laguerre picks it up. He'll wait. Underhand throw to first is in time. It moves the runner to second. And there's out number 1. Let's take a look at the replay of that close play at first. It's all collision between Gonzalez and Diffley. Your replays are presented by Harper Driving School. Yeah, this was a nice play. I mean, Smale, it looks a lot easier than it is. But the throw a little bit offline. But I thought the batter was out. Unless his foot's off the bag there, I really think that's not even a close call. I thought that he was out pretty handily there, as there's a strike called. Again, your instant replay is presented by Harper Driving School. No balls, 1 strike. Strike called outside corner to Tamayo, the center fielder. This one's a dribbler out to second. Tan waits for it, picks it up at the chest. Throw to first is in time. And that's out number 2. And successfully moves Gonzalez to third. So the batter will be the left-hander to 7 slot in John Oranchek. He had 2 RBIs in yesterday's win for Middlesex. Two hits, 2 RBIs for him out of the 7 slot. He was the DH.
John Oranchek.
He was the DH in yesterday's contest. Got moved to left field for Game 2. Game 2 for them, Game 4 for us. We called three games yesterday. Middlesex beat Gloucester 13-5. Brookdale beat Camden 11-7. And Gloucester beat Camden in the third game 7-2. First pitch, outside, 1-0. Laguerre dealing with a runner on third, looking for what could be the first run of the game. (2-0). Ground ball out to second base. 10. He's had his work cut out for him, but he makes the play at first base. The inning is over, and going to the bottom of the second, no score between Middlesex and Brookdale. Brian Adams leads us off in the bottom of the second inning after a scoreless top of the second. Swing and a miss. Big swing by Adams. Might have been trying to replicate his home run from Game 1. That was a long shot to right field. Cleared the right field. We called it a tart monster back when I did games for Rutgers Camden. I mean, I still do, but a ground ball to second. Picked up, and the throw to first is in time from Fogaril, and there's out number 1. Of course, Rutgers Camden hung their New Jersey Athletic Conference banner.
For the Jersey Blues, first baseman number 34.
What a run that was. They were the 6th seed in the NJCAA tournament last year, and they beat Rowan to win the title. Now, this year, Rutgers Camden did not have the same fate, but a great year for the NJAC nonetheless, because 4 teams made the regionals, and including Montclair State, who will be hosting a regional in the Division III tournament. Popped up. Out to first base. Going over. This could be trouble. No, but Akisto brings it down. He had the shield from the sun for a brief moment, but he comes down with it, and that's out number 2. as this will bring up Casey Gardner.
Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Casey Gardner.
Both teams still looking for their first hit. Brookdale had a hit by pitch and a walk in the bottom of the first inning, but did not come around to score. It was a deep fly ball. And Gardner on the ground. This one's a tough play. Back in the hole, and he bobbles it. I think he would have been safe anyway. So Gardner will get on. It was a tough play. Let's see where they score this one, and they will score it a hit. I agree with that. I think that was a very tough play for Bobadilla to make. And if he had made the play, it would have been a net benefit. But that deep in the hole at short, I can't really fault the bobble there, and I think that's very clearly a base hit. Tan on the first pitch grounds a foul. After the 2-out base hit by Gardner. Outside, 1-1. It'll be 8-9-1 in the top of the third for Middlesex. Quezada, Fogaril, and Trillero. If the inning continues for Brookdale, Ray Mulhern will be on deck. He walked in his first at bat. Had a valiant effort versus Anthony Singh, was able to work the count full as this one's fouled down the right field line. 1-2. The 1-2. Outside. Two balls, two strikes, runner goes. This ball's flied into right center field by Tan. It's hit pretty well, but there and playing into the wind is the right fielder in Collado. He makes the play and the inning is over. Brookdale gets their first hit, but nothing more. Through 2. There's no score here in Camden. Top of the third inning here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. This is game 1 of 2 of today's festivities, day 2 of the NJCAA Region 19 tournament as Laguerre faces Quezada. Quezada was the third baseman in Game 1, but came in for innings 8 and 9 to shut down Gloucester after 7 1/3 innings by Nick Anderson. I mean, what an effort that was yesterday for Nick Anderson. It's a fly ball by Quezada. Right field, this is hit pretty deep. Going back and making the play is Gardner. Out number 1.
Stepping into the box for the Colts, second baseman number 4, Chris Fogarella.
So here's Chris Fogarella, the second baseman. Laguerre has yet to record a strikeout so far. Every ball that he's had has been put in play. He did have a double play in the first inning. Strong diving stop by Stanley Bobadilla. 1 hit for Brookdale. No runs on either side. Laguerre ready. Third baseman Pizzuti is in, expecting a bunt, but he will not get it, and it's 1-0. I don't think that's a bad philosophy at all to subscribe to, is to have that third baseman play in, especially if he is a pull side heavy hitter, which Fogarella pretty much is. He's pretty much a pull side hitter. So it doesn't hurt if you put that third baseman as deep as he is over at third, or as shallow as he is, over at third, because the worst case scenario is he gets a line drive to him, but that's less likely than him not, getting anything at all, as he doesn't go to the pull side, but he does get it to Smale. Throw to first is in time. Out number 1. That slider on the back half, or whatever pitch that was on the back half of the zone, I'm not too surprised. Got a little bit on top of it, grounded over the middle. But 2 outs, nobody on. Looking to just be 1 over the minimum through 3 innings. As that one is outside, 1-0. Two balls, no strikes. Ground ball foul, look out. Couldn't place that ball any better. He shot a foul ball into his own dugout. Hopefully somebody wasn't failing to pay attention down there. 2-1. That should just be posted on the signs here at the Camden dugouts at all times. Be at attention. Because it sneaks up on you. I mean, those rails are pretty high up, but 3-1. That one's high. So Trillaro, who seems like he's been a master of plate discipline in this tournament, had 4 hits yesterday, now draws 2 walks in 3 innings, and he sets it up for Stanley Bobadilla. But Middlesex with their third base runner. As we said, 1 over the minimum. Walk in the first inning, error by the first baseman in the second. As the first pitch, Bobadilla, oh no! He showed bunt and he got drilled on the first pitch. And he very quickly gets up. And C.J. Mooney going over to talk to the home plate umpire. I wonder if they're going to call this a strike to see if maybe he went around. So Bobadilla, it looks like he got hit on the hand. That was called by the crew chief, Tommy Agosta. Now the 2 other umpires going over to talk it over. I honestly thought that was a lot worse than it was. I was surprised that Bobadilla sprung up as quickly as he did, which is a good thing, but I believe what they will be discussing is whether or not this is a foul ball, or I'm sorry, a strike, or whether, because they're going to debate whether or not he went around. We'll take a look at it. They will call a foul ball, so it's 0-1 to Bobadilla. Trainers are out for Middlesex. Let's take a look at this replay. Your replay is presented by Harper Driving School, and it's just tough to watch. So taking a look at it one more time, We'll actually slow this down even slower here to half speed. As he'll get back in the box. I think that did hit the bat. I think that did either hit the knob or the handle of the bat, and it might have also hit his hand. So that looks like why they called it a foul ball, and I can't be for sure because I'm not standing behind the plate, but I believe that's the right call. So no runners on first and second. Instead, it's just a runner on first and a 1-1 count. Bobadilla grounds it. Third base side, Pizzuti is there. Bluff second, throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So Middlesex still held off the board, but 2 walks from Chase Trelaro in his first 2 plate appearances. We go to the bottom of the third, and no score here in Camden. Bottom of the third inning here from Camden, New Jersey. Just like last year, all 4 teams in the Final Four, New Jersey representatives. Last year was Gloucester, Brookdale, Salem, and Cumberland. This year is Middlesex, Brookdale, Camden, and and Gloucester. Camden made their first Final Four since 2013 before being eliminated yesterday. 11-7 loss to Brookdale and a 7-2 loss to Rowan Gloucester. But what I'll tell you is, in last year's losers bracket game, Gloucester beat Cumberland 16-0. This game was a lot more competitive than the third game was last year, and RCSJ just took the sails and ran with it. They scored 7 runs in innings 2 and 3. They didn't score an ounce after that. 1-1 to Ray Mulhern. 1, 2, and 3 for the Jersey Blues in the bottom of the third inning with 1 hit. No runs for either side. It's Mulhern. 1-1 from Singh. Misses inside and pops out of the glove of Gonzalez. 2-1. Johnny Johnson commanding his players. 27 years at Brookdale. There's only been 2 head coaches at Brookdale, and he is the second one. He's a member of numerous Hall of Fames, 900-plus career wins. He set the all-time wins record at Brookdale last season. Before then, he was a coach at Bloomfield College, which was not an NCAA Division II like it is today. It was an NAIA at the time. That's the 3-1. Mulhern's going to walk for the second time today. It's ball 4. And it'll send us now to Dawson Smale, who struck out looking in his first at bat.
Next up, the shortstop. Number 7, Dawson Smale.
So Smale bats with nobody out, 1 on after Mulhern's walk. And don't forget, this kid can fly on the bases. That's the first pitch. Breaking ball outside. We're seeing more and more pitchers nowadays work with the backdoor slider more than they used to. I think that a lot of times the old school pitchers would try to go as far inside as they can and try to wipe them out, but instead you're seeing guys like Singh here utilize a backdoor breaking ball because the belief is if the slider has enough movement on the x-axis, you know, it moves outside and then it moves in, the belief is that, well, you can make it look like it's a ball and then you can whip it back into the zone and call it a strike. So not every pitcher does it, obviously, and I think there are still risks to backdoor sliders. If you can't locate it well, you try to set it up outside and it curves too much, well, guess what? You're leaving a ball over the plate, and that's a home run ball. But that's outside. And then there's the opposite that you just saw there. Another breaking ball. He tried to set it up outside, but he missed too far outside. And now you've got a 3-1 count to the number 3 leader in hits in the nation and top 3 in batting average. That one's away. It gets away from Gonzalez. Mulhern keeping an eye on it. He might turn around second. He's going to hold up, though. So a 5-pitch walk, and now Middlesex in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the third. And now C.J. Mooney will come out and talk to his right-hander, Anthony Singh. No action in either bullpen.
Designated hitter LJ Santiago.
After the mound visit, Santiago will bat for Brookdale. 2 walks in the inning, 3 all told for Singh. So here is Santiago. Flew out to right field in his first at bat. With nobody out and 2 on. Prime position for Brookdale. And the first baseman, Akisto, playing in, expecting a bunt, and it's 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Santiago after 2 walks. 1 to Mulhern, 1 to Smale. This ball's roped into center field. This will stay in the ballpark, though. And now Mulhern's going to run. Look at the flash. He's going to be on the fly. He is safe, and he goes underneath the legs of Quezada. He's safe at third, and now time is called with Mulhern keeping a foot on the bag. Everybody moves up 90 feet on the fly out. Moves Mulhern from second to third, and it's the first out of the inning. I mean, Mulhern, how about 92 hits, and not to mention the fact that he's just a quick guy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in some kind of track and field program in high school because, I mean, there's no way he wasn't with that kind of electric speed. To have all of that speed with your cleats on and with all of the gear, the helmet, and everything, I mean, that weighs you down. And it's just like he's on a full sprint from second to third. Batter is Perone. Fly out to center field by Santiago. He's now 0 for 2. Perone now dealing with 2 runners in scoring position. This one's popped up back behind us, and it's 1-1. Hits the track. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pizzuti on deck for Brookdale. Third base slightly in, first baseman and everybody else playing at normal depth. As this ball's flied, left field line, Quezada's going to let it go, and it's out of play. Still 2-2. Perone fighting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, and Perone flies this one, center field. Backpedaling, this will be a play in center. Runner tags, Mulhern. They're going to throw to third, and they're not going to let him go, as that'll be a sac fly. Run scores. Mulhern comes in from third on a sac fly. Runner holds at second, and it's 1-0 Brookdale. So Gary John Perone drives in his teammate Mulhern.
Next into the box, the third baseman, number
It's
11,
Tamayo, I don't
Anthony.
think, wanted to challenge Mulhern on the throw because, I mean, honestly, you're cutting your losses on that play. If you're Tamayo, if you throw to third, you're preventing that runner in Smale from tagging up and going to third. But if you try throwing home, then Smale's probably just going to break for third anyway. So it's a good idea this stage in the game. You know that your offense has the talent to hit a guy like Laguerre. So why not cut your loss, give up 1 run, let it be, and then just prevent him from going to third. Because if there's a base hit by Pizzuti, that could be the difference between an automatic run and a close play. And with some strong arms in the outfield, including Aranchak in left and Tamayo himself in center, I mean, he's had a strong arm in the first 2 games that we've seen him. I don't think that's a bad idea for Tamayo to do, just to throw to third. Because you're not going to throw out Mulhern from that far away. There's 0 chance that's happening. The 0-1 from Singh. Swing and a miss. Hefty swing by Pizzuti, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Inning over. Pizzuti goes down on strikes. It's the second strikeout for Anthony Singh. And we go to the 4th inning. Brookdale gets a run on a sac fly to deep center field by Ray Mulhern. It's 1-0. Top of the 4th inning. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School.
Number 11, Ryan Akisto.
Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first attempt. You can book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Turtle Turf Complex in Pittman, New Jersey at 614 Lambs Road, just minutes from Route 55. Akisto leads us all versus Laguerre. Middlesex looking for their first hit of the game. That one misses high. Laguerre just 2 batters over the minimum. He's allowed 2 walks to Chase Trillaro and an error to A.J. Gonzalez in the 2nd inning. So he has allowed a base runner in every frame. There's a strike called. Of course, there was that marvelous double play by Ryan Tan in the 1st inning. Laguerre, the 1-1, swing and a miss. I feel like the problem that Middlesex is running into right now, even though that Laguerre hasn't recorded a strikeout, is that Middlesex is just swinging a little bit too hard. They didn't hit any home runs except for the one by Bobadilla in Game 1. I really don't think that it's in their best interest to swing at 110% every time, as that's going to hit Akisto. He'll get down to first. So even though Middlesex doesn't have a hit, they've certainly had a handful of base runners.
Next up, the catcher, number 15, AJ Gonzalez.
There's Gonzalez. Gonzalez reached on an error by the first baseman. Laguerre delivers. Fly ball left field. This one's down the line towards the chalk. It is fair. And it's going to one hop off the 330 sign. Going to third. Late stop sign by Mooney. Akisto gets into third. Gonzalez gets into second. And it's a no-out double as Middlesex breaks the ice. I guess you could say on a 70-degree day the ice is already melted, but it's a double. It's Middlesex's first hit of the game. Wasn't sure how far Laguerre was going to take it, but it was only the fourth inning. And let's be real, for junior college games, that's longer than most. As Akisto with a hit by pitch, and then Gonzalez with the double. Now sets up a prime position for Collado, who bunted into a sacrifice in his first at bat, 1-3. First pitch, outside. Collado, the sophomore out of Perth Amboy, New Jersey. 371 average. Ground ball, this is going to tie the game. Akisto scores. Tan throws it to Diffley at first. The game is tied at 1 as Middlesex, the Colts, get on the board. It moves the runner to third. And it's the first out of the inning.
16, Jamie Tamayo.
As Tamayo will bat now with that runner on third, and even another ground out could give them the lead. It's just a prime situation. No better way to do it. It's not flashy, it's not pretty, it's not highlight reel plays, but in junior college baseball, the highlight reels aren't the ones that win the games. It's plays like that that make a difference between winning and losing. That one's away. 1 ball, no strikes. Outside. Outside, 3-0. Fouled off towards the right side. And it's 3-1. Not that common you see a 3-0 green light swing. But the 3-1 pitch from misses up and in from Laguerre. And Middlesex continues to drive here in this inning. And remember, in this game, this is the winner's bracket. Nobody that wins in this game has their fate on the line. The only difference is if you lose, you got to play Rowan Gloucester at 3 o'clock. No action in the Brookdale bullpen, so no reason to assume they'll pull them. Runners on the corners and one away in the top of the fourth. Everybody breaks up there.
Next batter is number 3, John Aranchik.
Here is Aranchik. One run, one hit for both sides as that one's up and out. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Up and away. 2-0. The tension continues to build. Outside, 3-0. And the runner stole second. So it's Gonzalez on third, Tamayo on second, only one out. And the game is tied. And it's a 3-0 count. With the first base unoccupied, do you just walk a Renchek here and go to Quezada? Or do you at least give him one more, give him a shot? Laguerre, the 3-0, he does get the red light. It's a called strike, 3-1. Not surprised by that. Don't think that's a bad idea at all. But again, with first base open, I mean, it's not like it's the ninth inning where you can afford to occupy that base. You really don't want to give up the lead here. Ground ball. Stopped by Tan. The throw to first is in time, but Middlesex takes the lead. Ryan Tan with another web gem to save that ball from going into center field. That saved a run for what it's worth. Moves everybody up 90 feet. It was Gonzalez that scored, and it's now 2-1 Middlesex. Elvis Quezada, who pitched the last 5 outs yesterday versus Gloucester, fouls it back. It's 0-1. There's the 0-1. Showing bunt outside, 1-1. Sixth batter of the inning for Middlesex. In the bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Adams, Diffley, and Gardner for the Jersey Blues. Outside, skipped in. Runner's coming home. It's in front of the plate. Throw is not in time. A daunting steal on the wild pitch, and it's 3-1. This Middlesex team is fired up. 3 runs with only 1 hit in the inning. A double by Gonzalez down the line, but otherwise a hit by pitch, a walk, 2 RBI ground outs, and a wild pitch. 2-1. Bunt on with 2 outs and nobody on. Quezada the third. This is a tough play. It's not in time. Middlesex taking some risks. What an inning it's been for the Colts.
Next up, second baseman number 4, Chris Fogarelli.
A bunt single brings up Fogarelli, and the playoff atmosphere continues to rise here in Camden. Pizzuti playing in at third base. Diffley holding the runner at first. The first pitch, low, 1-0. The 1-0. Fly ball. Jammed off the bat into shallow center. Mulhern is there, and he'll make the catch. Inning over. Brookdale allows 3 runs on a convoluted inning. 2 RBI groundouts and a wild pitch. Colts lead 3-1. Bottom of the fourth inning here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. It's a 3-1 Middlesex lead.
Leadoff hitter for Brookdale, the catcher, number 22, Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams, who homered in yesterday's game to tie up the game, is the batter. Time called at the plate before the first pitch. Early on the changeup. I think Adams was expecting a first pitch fastball. That's why he swung as early as he did. Now, to be fair, that's been pretty in line with what Singh has thrown tonight. He has thrown a lot of first pitch fastballs, but he's also chucked a lot of those sliders, which have been hit or miss. Some of them have missed too far outside. Some of them have hit well, but I think the good thing is that none of them have really missed out over the plate, which is what has hurt a lot of pitchers in this tournament. Time is called. The gate in left field swung open. So their left fielder's got to go out and be the maintenance man in Oranchak. I can't imagine that gate was open for that long. Maybe just somebody, maybe the wind swung it open or something. Maybe they forgot to lock it. Not sure what happened out there, but 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2 from Adams. Fastball at the letters. 6, 7, and 8 for the Jersey Blues. Bottom of the fourth inning as they look to retake the lead. Adams, Diffley, and Gardner. The 1-2. Line drive. Look out. That's foul. Underneath sunny skies from Camden. It's about 70 degrees today as that one misses. 1-2, or 2-2. We are at least a little bit luckier than the folks over in Region 15 as their district tournament is postponed to tomorrow due to weather. That was announced with Northern Essex and Monroe. They were going to play in the championship. That has been postponed to tomorrow at noon. Jam shot by Adams. Akisto lets it bounce. Slide. He's out at first. I think he got in there, but Adams is retired. It's a 3-1 ground out. Adams came in sliding. It's out number one, and the batter is Diffley. We'll take a look at it. First pitch, grounded to second. Fogaril throws it to first, and that's in time. 2 away quickly. As let's take a look at that replay. Your replays are presented by Harper Driving School. This was the little dribbler that Adams was called out on.
Number 24, Casey Gardner.
Oh, that's close. I think the only argument I could make as to him not being safe is if on that play he was hovering over the bag, and because he's sliding, he didn't. I don't know. Just looking at the replay, I think that Adams got in there. But the 1-0. Line drive, base hit Gardner. Casey Gardner now with 5 hits in the first 2 games of the Region 19 Final Four. He had 3 singles yesterday and now picks up 2 in Game 2.
Ryan Tad.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brookdale goes 2-0 to see Gardner get moved up in the lineup a little bit. Again, even though he's only hit singles, 5 hits out of 7 at-bats in the first 2 games, I think that's admirable. And I think that, I mean, we've seen before that Johnson has obviously rewarded good performance, and a lot of coaches do, you know, from game to game. That one gets away, goes behind Tan. Picked up by Gonzalez. Runner gets down to second. 1-0 count to Tan as Gardner advances to second. Tan flew out to right field in his first at-bat, but for what it's worth, he's had a lot of good plays on defense, started a double play in the first inning, and also had a nice diving stop to save a run. And that ended up having its own consequence, because if that ball got through, it would have been 4-1 Middlesex. His diving stop saved that run as that ball skips off the glove of Bobadilla in the center field. Here comes Gardner. He'll come in to score. That throw is way wide. Now he's going to go to second. The throw, not in time. 2 bases for Tan. 1 on the single, 1 on the throw. And it's 3-2 Brookdale. A good shot back up the middle, no doubt about it. Gardner comes in to score.
Number 5, Ray Mulhern.
That's just called productive offense. Line the ball back where you found it and get that runner home. I mean, that was a tough shot. It hit off of the glove of Bobadilla. And now you'll see Mulhern here at the top of the order for Brookdale. Mulhern, 2 walks today, is not recorded an at-bat, just 2 plate appearances. Balk called. Third base umpire had the call. That was Michael Reno who made the call, and it advances the runner to third. That sets up Brookdale well, but still with 2 outs, they'll need a base hit to tie this game. Outside, 1-0 to Mulhern. After him, it'll be Smale, who's 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk, but certainly due for a hit in this one. The 1-0. Mulhern, jam shot. Well, not really jammed, he was just late out to right field, and it's 1-1. Three runs, 2 hits, no errors in the field for Middlesex. 2 runs on 3 hits for Brookdale, 1 error in the field. That came in the second inning. Right-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Jersey Blues. There's the 1-1. Mulhern gets a strike called on the bunt. 1-2. I think that's just TJ Laguerre warming up, trying to stay fresh, I believe, down the left field line. So that's not a new arm. That's just Laguerre not really letting this inning get to him. As a ground ball to first base, picked up. Akisto picks it up on the glove side, and he'll make the play for out number 3. Brookdale gets a run across on an RBI single off the bat of Ryan Tan. Through 4 innings. Middlesex 3, Brookdale 2. Chase Trillaro leads us off in the top of the 5th inning. Brookdale trails this one 3-2. One, 2, and 3 for the Colts. As Laguerre still out for the 5th inning. To be fair, those 3 runs haven't really been all his fault. 2 RBI groundouts, and again, it could have been worse. Tan saved it with A nice diving stop at second base as Trelaro, just like the man before him, Ray Mulhern, in the leadoff spot. No at-bats, 2 plate appearances, and 2 free passes. It'll be Trelaro, Bobadilla, and Akisto. 1, 2, and 3 for the Colts in the bottom of the, in the top of the 4th inning. Outside that time, 2-0. One thing I'm noticing about this game, not a lot of strikeouts in this game. Strike called, 3-1. I mean, if you look at the 2 starters, 2 strikeouts for Singh and still none for Laguerre. One's outside, ball 4. 5-pitch walk to lead off the inning for Trelaro. He's now had 3 walks. I remember like 10 years ago, one of the first years that I started watching baseball, Bryce Harper at a game when he was with Washington versus the Cubs, where he walked 6 times, twice intentionally during the game. If Bobadilla cracks one to left center field, this could get in the gap. It could be trouble. Making the catch is the left fielder. Nice play by Perrone. That's out number 1, and it sends the runner back to the bag. So Bobadilla now 0 for 3.
Next up, the first baseman, number 11, Ryan Akisto.
This is outside, 1-0. Laguerre's also throwing a lot more first pitch breaking balls than I would have expected from him. Skied into shallow left center. Smale back, he'll make the catch, 2 away. Good job to backpedal there. Sends up the cleanup man in Gonzalez. But Trelaro has really been the conductor of this Middlesex offense with 3 plate appearances and 3 walks. Really can't get much better than that. If the inning continues after him, Collado, the center fielder, will bat in the 5 slot as that one's away. So a walk, a fly out to left field. And that was a tough shot by Bobadilla, too. That one looked like it had a chance out in the gap, but no sauce there. It's 1-0 to Gonzalez. Ground ball back up the middle. Smale dives, went for a slide. It hit off his glove, and now right behind him, heading to third, will be Trelaro. Heads up base running, and Chase Trelaro gets to third base, advancing on what they're going to call maybe a hit and an error, maybe a combination there, as he allows the runner to get to third in Trelaro. And it now sets up.
Next up, number 38, Julian Collado.
Collado, the batter. They will call that an error on the shortstop, E6. Tough shot up the middle, but just enough ordinary effort that Smale, I don't even think Smale really even needed to slide to make that play. That one's low. One ball, no strikes to Collado. Runners on the corners. Takes one at the letters, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Laguerre exhales, looks at his catcher, and delivers. Outside, 3-0. Johnny Johnson's going to call timeout, put down his clipboard. Now he's going to talk to just the pitcher and the catcher and Pizzuti as well. Well, I guess now the whole infield's coming in. I think they got the memo a little bit late, but again, Johnny Johnson's a passionate head coach. He's somebody that, again, he will tell you when you're wrong. He will tell you when you need to get your stuff back together, and he's also somebody that, will be very honest, and he's not going to mince words, whether it's with the umpires or with the catchers and pitchers himself. So there's a reason why he's got 900 wins at Brookdale, because he's a winner. But 3 balls, no strikes. Collado shows bunt, and that's a strike called on the inside corner. Trularo on third, Gonzalez on first. No hits recorded in the inning. A walk to Trularo and an E6 off the bat of Gonzalez. And that is ball 4. Trailed up and in, and the bases are loaded with still no hits in the inning. And only 1 ball put in play. It's Tamayo. Well, only 1 ball put in play that resulted in a base runner. There were a fly out by Bobadilla and a pop out by Akisto. Tamayo, 0 for 1. Mooney wants a balk. He's going to get a balk. C.J. Mooney saw it from third base. That's a balk called on T.J. Laguerre. And the run scores. It's 4-2. Wow. Movement on the mound. Now that one misses. 1-0. Strike called outside corner. So now after the balk, runners on second and third. Trularo scored. Gonzalez moved to third, Collado to second. For Jaime Tamayo. Tamayo out of Elizabeth. .355 average, 1 home run, 47 RBIs, and 23 stolen bases. In the 6th slot, the 6th batter of the inning, as Middlesex has scored a run and put 3 base runners on without recording a hit. That one's away, 3-1. There is another right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Brookdale. That is number 38 in Xavier Cortez warming up. Popped up. Tamayo, shallow right on the edge of the grass. Tan is there, and he'll make the catch. But Middlesex gets a run home after a balk was called on Laguerre. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's 4-2 in favor of Middlesex. And Laguerre is actually going to discuss with home plate umpire what movement he made to draw the balk and make sure they're on the same page. Halfway home in game 1, 4-2 Middlesex. Smale leads us off. Bottom of the 5th inning, halfway home in game 1. As there's a check swing to first. It is called a strike on Dawson Smale. Two, 3, and 4 for Brookdale. That one's away. Smale, Santiago, and Perone for the Jersey Blues. As we said, both teams are 1-0, so they cannot be eliminated in this game. Whoever wins punches their ticket to Saturday. Whoever loses has to face Rowan College of Gloucester in game 2. But like we said, we got the hard part out of the way, the 3 games in one day. As this one fouled back. Caught by Santiago in the on-deck circle. 2-2. See, that would be an out under banana ball rules. Anybody who catches the ball, whether they're in play or out of play, is an out. The 2-2 is away. I don't consider myself a big Savannah Bananas person by any means. I kind of let people do their thing, and I don't really participate, but the 3-2 inside. Ball 4 to Smale. So he comes back on that one, and now it'll be LJ Santiago for Brookdale with leadoff base runner after a free pass.
46, LJ Santiago.
Smale drew his second walk of the day. Singh has now had 4 walks, and all of them have come from the top 2 slots in the order. Mulhern has walked twice, and Smale has walked twice. And he's only recorded 2 strikeouts. That one is a skipper that hits off the glove of Gonzalez. He holds onto it and is able to survive the carom as it's 1-0. But Middlesex pitching has not been one for the strikeout ball in this tournament. Nick Anderson only had 1 strikeout across 7 1/3 innings versus Gloucester yesterday. And through 4 innings so far, Anthony Singh only has 2. And I don't really think it's going to change anytime soon. I don't think that he's going to start racking up whiffs and misses here, as umpire says he went around at home. It's 1-1. For Saturday, day 3 of the tournament, same time as always, 12 noon for championship game 1 and game 2 if necessary. Ground ball, Santiago. This could be 2. Bobadilla takes it. No, he bobbles it. Throw to first is going to be late. And Santiago gets in there. That'll be an error on the shortstop. And it moves everybody up now as Brookdale has the tying run on base for Gary Perone.
Left fielder number 3, Gary John Perone.
That's just one of those plays that if you're Stanley Bobadilla, you really wanted to have that one back, in the sense that you're in a good position. Slow roller, could have been a double play, but instead end up settling for nothing. And you now get 2 runners on with nobody out. The batter is Perone. Perone had hit by pitch and a sacrifice fly to his name today. Akisto, the first baseman, moved way in for Middlesex, maybe expecting a sacrifice bunt down the line. I really don't think Brookdale's going to do that. I don't think he showed bunt either. As the 1-0 is outside. And I think after that take on the first pitch and the take on the second pitch, Akisto kind of moving back now. Quezada's still on the edge of the grass, though. I'm thinking, though, that if he had showed bunt in the first 2 pitches, then you would have known to set up in that position. But it's going to go out of play. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Crowd filing in here for the interim between games 1 and 2. As it counts 3-1. Singh looks back at second. Tying run on base, go ahead, run at the plate. And it's inside. The ball gets away. Perone's going to get down to first base. And the bases are loaded now for Anthony Pizzuti. So nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and nobody out, as now C.J. Mooney is going to talk to his pitcher. And he will call for the left-hander. So that'll be all for Anthony Singh here in the winner's bracket game. He finishes with 4 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed, but he walked 5. And Middlesex will now bring in a southpaw. We'll check in on his jersey number. That is, can't tell, to be honest with you. It's number 23. That is Tyler Alexi. When we return, bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 5th inning. Tyler Alexi, the new pitcher for Middlesex, left-hander from Spotswood High School, the freshman, comes into this game with a 5.17 ERA. 23 walks, 23 Ks in 31 and a third innings, 4-1 win-loss record, 13 appearances, 2 starts, mostly out of the bullpen. As we said, 5.17 ERA, a 1.85 whip. But like we said, I mean, if you're in the major leagues and you have a 5 ERA, that might get you sent to AAA. But honestly, as harsh as it is to say, a 5 ERA in JUCO is pretty pedestrian because of how high-scoring the nature of the game is in junior college. I mean, I can't even count the number of times I've seen junior college games that end with both teams scoring 10 runs or more. And honestly, you see it even in NCAA Division I. You know, I was watching the Big Ten tournament last year, and I think it was Iowa and UCLA or something. It was like 15-10. And those are Division I players. Those are the guys that are going to switch from metal bats to wood bats and go get drafted professionally. As the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Pizzuti 0 for 2. Fly out and a ground out to his name so far. 1-1 from Alexi. That's inside. Got to be curious how conservative Brookdale wants to be with the bases loaded after they pulled Anthony Singh. As we said, he finished the day with 2 runs, 3 hits in 4 innings, but 2 strikeouts and 5 walks. That was really his kryptonite today. It's Pizzuti way up there, third base line. Quezada thought he had room, but he does not, and it's 2-2. Pizzuti and then Adams. Honestly, even with a lefty-lefty matchup, I wouldn't want to face Adams right now. He's 0 for 2, but that home run from yesterday just still burns an image in a lot of people's heads. As Pizzuti, right field. This one's curving down the line. This could hit some chalk. It is foul. And a smart play to let it go. I don't think he would have had a glove on it anyway, but if he had made that catch, if he had had an extraordinary effort to make the catch, first of all, he would have ran out of room, but second of all, that would have allowed the run to score. So sometimes holding off is the best recipe, as it's 1-2. Nobody out, bases loaded. Sorry, 2-2. I had it right on the scoreboard. It just wasn't correct on the left center field scoreboard. 2-2 from Alexi. Pizzuti again foul towards Delaware Street. And that's going to land on Delaware Street. And that one cleared both fences. It hit the street and then bounced the fence to go onto the soccer field, the soccer/softball hybrid youth field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Alexi to Pizzuti, who's 0 for 2. Flares one down the line. A very outstretched swing, but he's not willing to compromise with 2 strikes. Still 2-2. Alexi's first batter of the game is his toughest task already. He looks back at second with the bases loaded. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He's automatically out because the bases were loaded, and there's one away.
Now batting the catcher, number 22, Ryan Adams.
So Adams will bat. Bases loaded, and as we said, nobody out. Or, I'm sorry, 1 out. Strike called. 0-1 to Adams. 4-2 Middlesex. Tying run on second, go ahead run on first. Lefty-lefty matchup. Adams check swing out to center. That's going to be an infield fly rule, and Adams is out. That's out number 2. And a hesitant swing costs him dearly.
Number 34, Tom Diffley.
And Diffley will be the batter now with 2 outs and the bases loaded. And how devastating it would be as Johnson's giving Adams an earful. I mean, just haven't seen too much production from the middle of the order, not nearly as much as we saw yesterday. As the first pitch, takes a strike on the breaking ball. What a thrill this would be for Middlesex, for Singh to get pulled from the game with the bases loaded and nobody out, and then get 3 straight to keep Brookdale off the board. What a shift that would be. The 0-1 from Alexi. That one's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Outside. 2-1. Middlesex saying good spot. I've said before, that's the passive-aggressive way of saying they didn't like that call. You kind of read between the lines. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Similar spot, different call, 2-2. In the top of the 6th inning for Middlesex, it'll be 7-8-9, Aranchek, Quezada, and Fogaril. But you might want to put on some earplugs to listen to Middlesex if they get out of this. The 2-2. Ground ball. Tough play. Into right field, a base hit. Smale scores right behind him. The game is tied. Now we've got a run down between second and third. Perrone standing up. He'll dive back into the bag. He is out, and the inning is over. But Brookdale has tied the game at 4-4. So have your cake and eat it too. You get out of the inning, but Brookdale comes home with 2 runs to tie the game on a base hit to right that barely snuck past the glove of Middlesex's second baseman. Through 5, it's 4-4. first pitch of the
Leading off
sixth
Middlesex
missed
is
low,
left fielder John Aranchik.
as Aranchek leads us off in the top of the sixth inning. That base hit to right field by Tom Diffley was the difference in the inning. A tough play as Diffley just got it under the glove of the second baseman, Fogareel, but even though the 2 runs scored, the runner between second and third, Gary Perrone, was thrown out on a rundown. 2-0, line into right field, a base hit. Aranchek gets that one down. Leadoff single for the 7th man. Will now go to Elvis Quezada. Quezada 1 for 2.
Elvis Quezada.
Fly out in a single. Middlesex, after not having any hits in the first 3 innings of the game, now has 4. As that one's low, 1-0. Four game, top of the 6th inning. RCSJ Gloucester, the Roadrunners, wait in the distance. As that one's outside of Quezada. 2-0. Again, another right-hander in Cortez warming up for the Jersey Blues. As a ground ball, this could be 2. Smale picks it up, he'll tag the bag. Throw to first is in time. 6-3 double play. That's out number 2. And that one wasn't all that close. Smale just took it at the right place at the right time and really shut down whatever rally could have happened for the Colts in the top of the 6th. As you'll now have the 9-hitter. I mean, again, bases empty, 2 outs, 9-hitter here. It's not going to be an easy out, though. It won't be any out. It's into center field. Sliding forward is Mulhern. It's a base hit for Fogareel. 2-out base hit. Here is now Trillaro.
Designated hitter, number 14, Chase Trillaro.
Chase Trillaro's game 1 and game 2 have been like night and day. He was 4 for 5 in game 1 with 4 hits, 2 doubles, 2 singles, and 2 RBI. He has not recorded an at-bat in this game. He's 0 for 0, 3 walks. Smale did not get him at second base. Ball was outside. It's 1-0. But Trillaro has walked in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. I mean, it's been an incredibly daunting night for Trillaro. Time was called for Adams to get his mask on. There's now a right-hander and a left-hander warming up for Brookdale. Down the left field line. Trillaro takes a strike, 1-1. The left-hander is number 25, Matt Desidero. Desidero warmed up in the bullpen in yesterday's game but did not appear. Two balls, 1 strike. Laguerre ready with a tie game on the line versus the leadoff man. Ball's outside, 3-1. Appeal, no swing. And that's now 4 walks for Chase Trillaro.
Shortstop number 8, Stanley Bobadilla.
So we thought that maybe Middlesex's success would be over after the double play, at least in this inning. Turns out the opposite. The double play sparked something else. A base hit out of the 9 slot, and now 4 walks. Chase Trillaro. And all of them have been, unintentional. They've been stuff that they've been trying to attack him. Tan makes the catch at second base on the pop fly, and the inning is over. Brookdale gets out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-4 game.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear. Woo!
Casey Gardner leads us off in the bottom of the 6th inning as the first pitch is taken for a strike. Oh, and 1 to Gardner. Gardner has 5 hits in his first 2 games of this Region 19 tournament. As the 1-1 outside, 2-1. Gardner, Tan, and Mulhern, 8-9-1 for the Jersey Blues in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're tied up at 4 apiece after a very quiet first few innings, and then both teams decided to turn on the Jets. That'll be a ground ball. Third base, picked by Quezada. Throw to first is in time and at the chest of Ryan Akisto. It's out number 1 as Gardner is retired, and this will bring up the 9-hitter in Ryan Tan.
Now batting number 42, Ryan Tan.
Tan has made some strong defensive plays this afternoon, as he did in Game 1. RBI single for him in the 3rd inning. In the 4th inning. Up and out to Tan. 4 runs, 4 hits for both sides. The only difference maker is 2 errors for Middlesex, 1 for Brookdale. Tan takes outside, 2-0. Alexi called a strike, 2-1. Low, skipped in the dirt. Although I guess it's not much of dirt when you're on a field where every square inch is turf. It's just the difference between dark brown colored turf, green colored turf, and white turf. I don't know. We still call it the dirt though. 3-1 line. Tan off the glove of Fogaril. It goes into center field. Tan stops there. It's a base hit. A line drive shot to second base by Ryan Tan, and that now sets up Ray Mulhern in the leadoff spot. He's 0 for 1, 2 walks and a flyout. But again, don't let that 0 for fool you. He has been very productive. First pitch from Alexi. That one's up and out. 1-1. The 1-0. Strike called. One, low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Mulhern. Two balls, 1 strike. Ground ball. This will go into left field. A base hit for Mulhern. Moves the runners over, and the go-ahead run now on second base as Tan advances. Mulhern with his first hit of the game.
Shortstop number 7, Dawson Smale.
So here is Smale. Outside. The 1-0. Breaking ball down the pipe for a strike. Fly ball popped up, back over our heads. It's foul, and it's 1-2. After him will be the number 3 hitter in Santiago. As long as there's no double play ball, which Smale, strikeout and 2 walks. No real reason for me to believe that he's going to be in that kind of predicament. The 1-2. Line drive foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two on, 1 away for Santiago, or pardon, for Smale with Santiago on deck, and it hits him in the shoulder. Bases loaded, 1 out, and it'll be LJ Santiago.
Next up for the Jersey Blues, the designated hitter, LJ Santiago.
Nothing yet from CJ Mooney, but there is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Middlesex. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, really. I mean, you could probably try to start a double play at the plate, but your options for sure are limited. Low to Santiago. Jammed up the third base line and foul. It's 1-1. Santiago 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and an error. Inside, 2-1. Throw back to first, nothing there. Akisto wasn't covering the bag. Santiago on the ground. This could be two. Covers the bag. Throw to first in time! Bobadilla double play! And the one scenario that Brookdale did not think could happen absolutely did. 6-3, Bobadilla turns it over, and Brookdale leaves the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 7th inning, tied up at 4. Well, everybody on the RCSJ side is dressed and ready to go. They will play whoever loses in this game, so it's a good idea for them to be attentive. Akisto, fly ball right field. This one's pretty deep. Going back Gardner, he'll make the play. One away in the top of the 7th. As Akisto is retired, and that will bring up the number 4 hitter in Gonzalez.
The next batter is the catcher, number 15, A.J. Gonzalez.
But nothing yet in the bull. I mean, they've got their guy warming up. But they're not going to take Laguerre out of the game yet. Remember, if you're Brookdale, honestly, either team has to walk an incredibly delicate line today. Because in today, you know, you could go from 1-0 to 1-2. As a ground ball to third, picked up, throw to first is in time. And there's 2 away.
Right fielder, number 38, Julian Collado.
So here's Collado. Akisto flew out to right quickly, and Gonzalez grounded out to third. First pitch misses low. As we said, right-hander warming up for Middlesex. That's not Quezada again, is it? Wow, if that's Quezada again, after throwing for 5 outs yesterday, I think that is Elvis Quezada down the right field line. Doesn't have to bat until the 8th slot in the order for the 2-way, as the 2-0 is a strike called on fastball. Brookdale has cut their bullpen arms down from 2 to 1. It's now just the left-hander and Matt Desidero warming up for the Jersey Blues. Time is called. The 2-1. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for Middlesex. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Brookdale. Line drive off the mound, picked up by Smale. from the edge of the grass. Throw the first is in time, and the inning is over. A quick top of the 7th for Brookdale. Stretch time here in Camden, 4-4. Stretch time here in Camden, New Jersey. Bottom of the 7th inning. As the leadoff batter will be Gary Perrone for Brookdale. Top of the 7th saw a 1-2-3 inning for Laguerre as Perrone pops this one up. First base side, he's got room over towards the bullpen. Akisto goes over and he makes the play. First out as Perrone pops up on the first pitch. Now the batter will be Anthony Pizzuti.
Next batter, number 11, third baseman, Anthony Pizzuti.
Pizzuti's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout to right back in the first inning. First pitch from Alexi is a changeup or curveball, called for a strike. However you want to slice it, not a fastball, but it's on the outside corner. This ball's cracked right to Bobadilla. Pizzuti's retired there as that one was a straight shot right to him.
The catcher,
And
number
now
22,
Adams.
Ryan Adams.
That felt like an MLB The Show swing right there. You get perfect contact, and it's a line out right to shortstop. From personal experience as Adams pops this one up. This is going to be a blazing quick 7th inning as this one is going to be brought in by Bobadilla at short. 1-2-3 on both sides. Through 7, we go to the 8th, 4-4. Jamie Tamayo leads us off in the top of the 8th inning. How about this guy? Brookdale starter, TJ Laguerre. Didn't think he would get past maybe the 6th inning, but just like Nick Anderson did for Middlesex yesterday, this is a great way to get started. And this also sets a little bit of security for Brookdale by bringing Laguerre to his wits' end. It's a ground ball, foul ball. Mooney thought it was fair, and that'll be an unlucky break for the Colts, as that one was fouled down the line by Tamayo. After clean frames in the 7th, Tamayo in the 6th slot is going to look to change all of that here off of Laguerre. Misses that time, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Laguerre to Tamayo, the center fielder. Outside, didn't chase. Tamayo, Oranchak, and Quezada. The 2-2. Outside, and the count is full. With the leadoff batter, who knows what we've got in store. And so much can change in the matter of seconds. And appeal to first says no, and it's ball 4. So it's Johnny Johnson going over to, he's not going out on the mound yet, but he's making sure that Desidero is ready to go in the bullpen if needed, but they're not pulling Laguerre yet. I mean, who knows? Oranchak could ground into a double play. He's put 3 balls in play, and all of them have been on the ground. He had 2 ground outs and a base hit to right in the 6th that was on a ground ball. Runner goes. He shows bunt. Throw to second. Looks good. He got him! Throw to second retires Tamayo. And Ryan Adams looking to be the lucky man. He makes the play. And he retires Tamayo for out number 1 in the top of the 8th inning. And he got the strike call, so double whammy there for Middlesex. No balls, 1 strike. Laguerre the pitch. Outside, 1-1. Ground ball out to second base. It's bobbled by Tan. Throw to first is in time, and that is out number 2. And Laguerre didn't realize how many outs there were. Fooled me for a second, then I kind of came to my senses. I'm like, wait a second, no, that's out number 2.
Number 22, Elvis Quezada.
So Quezada's the batter. After Oranchak grounded out to second base. Ball missed. Showing bunt. Quezada did that before. Surprised the bunt, got it down the third base line, and ended up getting a base hit out of it. That was in the 4th inning, because it baffled me. I thought, how did he bunt with 2 outs and nobody on? But he ended up getting the result that he wanted. High jumper. Pizzuti waits for it. Throw to first is in time. And the inning is over. He catches Diffley at the chest. And going to the bottom of the 8th. Buckle in your seatbelts. Microwave some popcorn. Get your everything in order, because you're going to want to not miss the end of this game. 4-4 going to the bottom of the 8th.
Number 34, Tom Diffley.
The pitcher is still Alexi. Just 2 pitchers used for Middlesex. Brookdale is stuck with their starter. And TJ Laguerre. 4-4, bottom of the 8th. Lefty-lefty matchup. And the first pitch is a strike call to Diffley.
The right fielder, number 24, Casey Gardner.
Base at the right field. I apologize. My laptop shut off unexpectedly, and I thought that the stream shut down. So I apologize. I don't know what happened there. But we are going to have a mound visit and a pitching change. So right-hander will come in for the Colts with a runner on. Okay, I do see the stream froze for a second. So, yeah, my laptop just shut off unexpectedly, and I have no idea what happened. But luckily, everything is, knock on wood, still okay. But it will be Elvis Quezada. He got the last 5 outs of yesterday's win over Gloucester, and now he comes in a tie game as Tyler Alexi leaves the game. Bottom of the 8th, runner on, and nobody out. Elvis Quezada is the new pitcher for Middlesex. He comes into this game, first of all, as a 273 hitter, but he comes from Odessa, Florida, the Bishop McLaughlin Catholic, which, if a guy from New Jersey knows what Bishop McLaughlin Catholic is, that means that they're a good national program. But on the mound for Quezada, he's got 16 innings, a 4.50 ERA. Pardon, a 6.75 ERA, 1.75 whip. 12 earned runs, 13 walks, and 8 Ks as he comes on with Diffley in the bottom of the 8th inning. Had to turn down my field mic. We're right next to the speaker. The game after this will be whoever loses this game versus RCSJ Gloucester. Their team is waiting, as we joked before, very attentively in the grandstands They're waiting to see who loses the game. But Quezada will face the first batter in Casey Gardner. Let's listen to changes.
Quezada at third base. Jamie Tamayo in right field. Chase Trolaro.
Okay. So that's what they're doing here. They're giving up the DH because Trolaro is the DH. They're going to put the center fielder Tamayo at third base. That one's up. So again, if you missed it, the pitcher is now Quezada. He comes in from third base. Trolaro enters the game as he was originally the DH. He's now in right field. And then now in center field is, oh, that ball gets away, and it's right in front of the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Gardner. Gardner has been an unsung hero for Brookdale in this tournament. He had 3 hits in game 1, all singles, and has had 2 hits in Brookdale's second game after beating Camden 11-7 on Thursday. They punched their ticket to Friday with a 2-run triple by Dawson Smale, and with a runner on second after he advanced on the wild pitch. That's a strike called, 2-1. There's no better time to set the record for a guy like Casey Gardner. And if he can't do it, Ryan Tan will follow after him. The second baseman who's made a lot of great defensive plays for Brookdale this afternoon and in this entire tournament. The 2-1. Gardner whiffs on the breaking ball. Remember, no matter who wins or loses this game, you're not going home just yet. If you lose, you've got to face Gloucester. And boy, what a gut punch that would be for either of these teams that have worked so hard to get here and beat their respective opponents if you lose twice in one day. Outside, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. With the go-ahead run on second base. 3-2, popped up, first base side. It's back behind the plate. Gonzalez looks up, and it hits the roof. Still 3-2. So again, the original runner was Diffley. He moved to second on a wild pitch. Good vibes only in the Brookdale dugout, and a chance to take the lead and be heroic in the winner's bracket. Line drive, third base foul, over towards the Brookdale bullpen. But the intensity building, the emotions swirling. And the question will be whether or not they'll send TJ Laguerre out for the 9th. My bet would be no. But the fact that he's commanded 8 innings today, what a day it's been. And that is ball 4. A base hit for Diffley and a walk by Gardner set up Ryan Tan. And Johnny Johnson will call an offensive timeout. Tune in on Sunday, May the 17th, for the semifinals and the finals of the Wildwood Strikeout Cancer Tournament. The pools will be played on Saturday the 16th, which is tomorrow, at their respective fields. But the top 2 from each pool will advance, and the semifinals will be played at 11 and 1:30 on Sunday, with the championship game to follow at 4. I'll be on the call with Brian Cuniff of Cape Atlantic Live for the games. But the 6 teams competing are Wildwood, Wildwood Catholic, Lower Cape May, Middle Township, Cape May Tech, all 5 teams in Cape May County, and and Camden Tech from Sicklerville. I'd have to imagine maybe Camden Tech staying overnight in that area instead of, because you are going Saturday and a Sunday. I don't know for sure, but that would depend on if they advance into the semifinal round. Tan shows bunt, but Quezada with a high pitch missed his mark. And it's 1-0. Ryan Tan, 2 for 3, out of the 9 slot. But Brookdale has shown it doesn't matter which position in the lineup card you are, you can be valuable to this winning team. Tan shows bunt again, and Akisto nearly standing between Quezada and Gonzalez. It's 2-0. We've seen Akisto before with how hefty Gloucester has bunted the ball, with how hefty Brookdale has bunted the ball. He's not afraid to put his body on the line. I mean, he puts himself basically right on top of the play for the best available option. Runners on first and second, two on, nobody out. Tan takes high. And I don't see any scenario where he swings 3-0. I just don't see it. But this is what Johnny Johnson and the crew must have talked about, making sure everybody's on the same pace for a bunt scenario that could move the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Quezada's 3-0, it's high. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk just at the crest of the letters. And the batter is Ray Mulhern. With the bases loaded and nobody out, and no mound visit here for Middlesex. Mulhern, the national leader in hits for NJCAA Division III. He's got 92. Dawson Smala's in the on-deck circle, has 87. And 5 of the top 7 names are occupied by those competing in this tournament this afternoon. Mulhern takes a strike, 0-1. First pitch breaking ball from Quezada. He did that a fair bit yesterday as well. Tried to deceive the hitter. But Mulhern has walked twice, flew out and singled. So he's 1 for 2 all told, but it's reached base 3 times. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Bases loaded, nobody out. Mulhern into left field, a base hit. Scoring is Diffley, stop sign at third. Station to station. Mulhern, the man of the hour. It's 5-4. Ray Mulhern to the pull side, base hit, and Brookdale takes a 5-4 lead. His second hit of the day. It moves everybody over, and Quezada still in trouble here. Smale fouls it back, 0-1. To Dawson Smale, third in the nation in hits. It's outside, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Nobody out, and 1 run home for Brookdale. Grounder foul, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Smale. Ground ball off the glove of Quezada. He'll throw home. He got him there. And that will be the first out of the inning as the bases remain loaded, but Middlesex can take at least a little bit of a breather. As the batter will be Santiago.
Number 46, LJ Santiago.
For LJ Santiago. No hits today, 2 flyouts, a double play, and an error. So he's reached base once, but on that error, he did score. There's been 3 combined errors in the field, 2 by Middlesex, 1 by Brookdale. Quezada, the 0-1. Chapper, third base side. No, it's bobbled at third. Play it first. He's out, and the run scores. 2 outs and a much-needed insurance run. Makes it 6-4. That was that close
number 3, Gary John
to being another RBI. I mean, it is, but it could have been an error. And in his first inning over at third base, found a way to redeem himself. Runners on second and third. 2 outs, 2 runs home. A swing and a miss by Gary Perone the third. 0-1. Tan on third. Mulhern is on third. Smale on second. Pizzuti in the on-deck circle. The 0-1. Low. Framed by the catcher to no avail. In the top of the 9th inning, it'll be 9-1-2. Fogaril, Trelaro, and Bobadilla. Inside, 2-1. Mulhern's got to be careful over at third. He was taking a big lead over there. Don't want to put yourself in too close a cohorts with getting thrown out on the bases. You don't want to make any out on the bases, but the cardinal sin of them all is the first and third on the base paths. So 2-1. Well outside. Curveball missed its release point, and it's 3-1. Brookdale 6, Middlesex 4. RBI single by Ray Mulhern for his first RBI of the game was the difference maker. It's a ground ball first base side. It's sliding. Akisto picks it up. Foot race to the bag. He dives. He is out at first base. A near tie at first, but Brookdale gets 2 runs home. On to the 9th, 6-4. Top of the 9th inning.
Now
this bang-bang play at first base
25, Matt Desidero.
was the difference maker as foot race to
Leading
the
off
bag.
Middlesex, second baseman Chris Fogarelli.
I think Middlesex might have had the advantage there, but in the top of the 9th inning, it is Matt Desidero on the mound for the save. His first batter is a lefty-lefty matchup, and his first 2 will be lefty-lefties in Fogaril. As he takes a strike, 0-1. Nine, 1-2 for the Colts. Outside. Fogaril wanted to show bunt, and he kind of did, but he pulled back in time. Desidero out of Manahawkin, New Jersey at Southern Regional High School. 13 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 2 saves, 21 2/3 innings, and a 1.66 ERA. There's a swing and a miss. Desidero also has 36 strikeouts. For Fogaril, he's 1 for 3. Ground out, fly out, and a base hit with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Brookdale 6, Middlesex 4. 2 runs across in the 8th inning was the difference maker if this holds. The 1-2. Popped up, back over our heads, and it's out of play. Lands onto the soccer field on the track behind us. Trelaro's in the on-deck circle, has yet to put a ball in play, but that's not a bad thing. He's walked 4 times in the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 6th. Again, it reminds me, and I'll wait until after the pitch, the 1-2, popped up foul. I mean, I'm still a young person still, but I remember one of the first seasons I watched baseball, there was a game where Bryce Harper faced the Cubs when he was with the Nationals, and he walked 6 times. 4 of them were unintentional, and in the last 2, Cubs didn't even want to face him. In this case, all 4 walks that Trelaro had have been unintentional, but another thing to note is that all 4 times that Trelaro has walked, he has seen at least 1 strike. So it's not like they're pitching around him. I mean, again, if you look back at what he did in Game 1 versus Rowan College, in that game, he had 4 hits. He had 5 hits, 3 singles and 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. So while it's not unprecedented to say that Brookdale is certainly wary of Trelaro, I don't think that they're pitching around him for the sake of pitching around him. Fly ball by Fogaril, right field. This one's straight away. This is pretty shallow, though. Tan goes over, and he makes the catch. Fogaril looks like he lost his footing over at first. Out number 1 in the 9th.
Right fielder, number 14, Chase Trelaro.
So here's Trelaro at the top of the order. He's 0 for 0. 4 walks. He has scored only once, and he hasn't advanced past second base more than once. As we go to the top of the order, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for Middlesex as the first pitch is outside. For Brookdale, it's 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The go-ahead and the difference maker, Ray Mulhern, RBI single in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-0 from the Southern left-hander is a strike called, 1-1. If Brookdale wins, they will automatically advance to the championship round, which is what they did last year. They were the first team to go 2-0. That's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. In last year's tournament, Brookdale downed Cumberland by a score of 10-9 and then beat Salem handily in Game 2 to become 2-0 in the winner's bracket and punch their ticket to Day 3. Low, 3-1. So this is what we were talking about. He's faced a strike every time, but he could now walk for the 5th time. And can't imagine that's all that fun to stand up there all day and not put the ball in play. Strike called. Trelaro disagreed with it. He tossed the bat down to first base. And the on-deck circle will be Stanley Bobadilla, 7th in the nation in batting average, in hits, as he has 81 this year. 5 of the top 7 national leaders in hits are playing in this tournament this weekend across all 4 teams. The 3-2, that is ball 4. You can't make this stuff up. 5 plate appearances, and in every single one, Chase Trelaro has taken a free pass.
The shortstop, number 8, Stanley Bobadilla.
So the the run to make it 6-5 is on first. A tying run is at the plate, and the go-ahead, although we don't want to get ourselves too far ahead of ourselves, is in the on-deck circle. And Ryan Akisto, Desidero exhales and delivers. First pitch is a strike. We'll remind you that Bobadillo had 2 hits in the first round game versus Gloucester, including a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning of that game that really changed the pace of the game. Strike called inside corner. 0-2. Bobadilla vehemently disagrees. And it's 0-2. And the more that Brookdale can get Bobadilla rattled up, might be better for his confidence. The tying run at the plate in Bobadilla, who homered yesterday. The 0-2. That one missed, and it hit him down to first. So runners on first and second as Bobadilla got hit in the ankle. And now the tying run is on base.
Ryan Akisto.
Walk and a hit by pitch. With one away, strike called inside corner. Akisto is hitless. In fact, the best stat that Brookdale can hang on to is that nobody in the 1-2-3 slot for Middlesex has a hit. The only problem is they have still reached base a grand total of 7 times. 5 walks, 2 hit by pitches. Another strike right at the knees. Can't draw it any better. It's 0-2. Akisto is 0 for 3. 2 flyouts, a pop out, and a hit by pitch back in the 4th inning. But this is a transformative pitch. Double play can end it, but a fly ball can set a whole lot of things into motion. The 0-2 outside. Adams able to reel it in as it's 1-2. In the on-deck circle, barring a double play, would be A.J. Gonzalez. Another lefty-lefty matchup. And the third lefty-lefty in the first 5 batters of the inning. The 1-2. Inside, called, strike 3. Akisto unhappy with it. It's out number 2.
Next up for Middlesex, the catcher, number 15, A.J. Gonzalez.
And A.J. Gonzalez will bat as the last out. I mean, I'm not one to argue balls and strikes. I thought that one was a close call. But when you're not sure, home plate umpire's call is the final say. Even if you are sure, the home plate umpire's call is the final say. As that one's high. 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Two on, 2 out. Up at the letters, 2-0. So Gonzalez, a double in the 4th inning. He has taken advantage of reaching on 2 errors. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th. So all things considered, he's 1 for 4, but he's reached base 3 times. 2 balls, no strikes. Desidero delivers. Outside, 3-0. If you load the bases, I mean, there's nobody warming up in the bullpen down the left field line. You got to ride or die here with Desidero, the left-hander out of Manahawkin in Ocean County. Made his trip to take his talents up to Lincroft in Monmouth County. The 3-0. Ground ball, this could do it. Out to short, Smale flips to Tan, and that's the ball game. Jersey Blues are 2-0. Bottom of the 8th, an RBI single by Ray Mulhern calls game. And it's a 6-4 final as Brookdale downs Middlesex in one of the most entertaining games of the weekend as Gonzalez grounds out on a 6-4 fielder's choice. Your player of the game will go to, I don't know, I think it's got to be Ray Mulhern. 2 walks, 2 hits. He only had 1 RBI, but that was the hit that mattered the most. Diffley had a 2-run single, but that was in the middle innings. Brookdale wins game 2. Final time of game is 2 hours and 36 minutes. As Brookdale wins this one 6-4. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. We're going to put up the link for game 2 right away, as it'll be Middlesex and Gloucester meeting for a second time. If the Roadrunners can win, they'll meet Brookdale in the championship. But Middlesex playing the Roadrunners for the 5th time this year, 3 in the regular season and now twice in 2 days. We'll be back in 30.